A trillion-dollar industry exists. Its product is advice, delivered mostly by 25-year-olds who have never run a business in their life. And if the advice is wrong, nothing happens. They just leave. This is consulting, and it's way more interesting than it sounds. Here's the thing nobody tells you up front. Most consulting engagements aren't bought because the client needs expertise. They're bought because the client needs cover. The CEO already knows she wants to cut 20% of the workforce. She's known for months. But if she announces it, she owns it. She's the villain. So instead, she hires McKinsey. McKinsey flies in, interviews employees, builds 200 slides, runs the benchmarks, and then concludes, based on the data, that the company needs to cut 20%. Now it's not her decision. It's inevitable. It's what the analysis says. She's not the villain. She's just a responsible leader implementing findings. This has a name. Organizations call it external validation. What it actually is a blame diffusion machine. Reason two consultants exists is even more revealing. Inside any large organization, knowledge is political. The junior analyst can see exactly why the strategy is failing. The mid-level manager knows where the dysfunction is. They've known for 2 years. But they can't say it, because saying it threatens someone above them. The truth gets filtered. It gets trapped. Then the consultant walks in, says the exact same thing, and suddenly the room listens. Not because the consultant knows more, been there 3 weeks, but because authority is positional. The McKinsey partner with the credentials and the aura of external legitimacy can say the unsayable. Consultants are sometimes just pressure valves for organizations that can't have honest conversations with themselves. Now let's talk about the business model, because it's kind of insane. First-year analyst makes $110,000. The firm bills that analyst to clients at $500,000 a year. Senior partner, $1,000 to $5,000 an hour. Who does the actual work? The 25-year-olds. Who manages the client relationship? The thing you're actually paying for? The senior partner, who shows up for the big presentation. What you're really buying is expensive junior labor, packaging your own internal data into slides that feel like authority. The part that made me want to make this video. McKinsey advised Purdue Pharma on how to accelerate OxyContin sales during the overdose crisis. They designed incentive programs to push more product and strategies to counter FDA restrictions. 500,000 Americans died from opioids. McKinsey paid $600 million to settle. No criminal charges. Kept its government contracts. Still recruiting at Harvard. Booz Allen Hamilton, technically a private consulting firm, stock exchange listed, derives most of its revenue from U.S. intelligence contracts. It's staffed by ex-CIA directors and NSA officials. It holds classified access across dozens of agencies. Edward Snowden worked there. Booz Allen is essentially a privatized layer of the national security state, with almost no public accountability, billing taxpayers billions a year. And McKinsey in Saudi Arabia. 2018, the New York Times reports that McKinsey research identified individuals publicly critical of the Saudi government. Shortly after, some of those people were arrested. McKinsey denied any link. But the question nobody in the industry wants to answer honestly. When you help an authoritarian government become more efficient, what exactly are you making more efficient? Here's the real thing, though. Consulting is a trillion-dollar industry because large organizations, corporations, governments, hospitals fail to use the knowledge they already have. Not because they lack smart people. They're full of them. But because knowledge inside an institution is always subordinate to power. Truth gets trapped. And consulting is the expensive workaround for that problem. It doesn't fix the problem. It services it. There's no accountability loop either. No public record of outcomes. No moment where McKinsey sits down and says, here's our failure rate. They make the recommendation, collect the fee, and leave. And if it fails, they might come back next year to fix it. And bill for that too. So is consulting a scam? Not exactly. It's what you build when large organizations need to appear rational, but are actually driven by politics, fear, and ambition. And it gets paid extraordinarily well to exist.